So today our next topic is perpendicular axis theorem. Now consider here a plane lamina. Consider a plane lamina which is rotating about an axis of rotation at point O. Now this this lamina can be rotate along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis. So therefore we consider here the moment of inertia along x-axis, along y-axis and along z-axis. The moment of inertia is represented by ix, iy, I and iz respectively. Now suppose here a small element of mass dm, a small element of mass dm situated at point P. Then join OP and draw a perpendicular from point P on x-axis and on y-axis. So in this way, for this distance OX, it is represented by x. So therefore, OY is represented by O. OY is represented by Y. So therefore, from figure we can write here, from figure PY is equal to OX. Py is equal to Ox, which is equal to x, and Oy is equal to Px, that is equal to y. Now we have to find the moment of inertia along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So first of all we consider the moment of inertia of small element about x-axis. Moment of inertia of small element of mass dm about x-axis is written here equal to y square into dm. For whole body the moment of inertia of whole body about x-axis is represented by Ix is equal to integration of y square into dm, equation number 1. Similarly, moment of inertia of this body, a small element about y-axis, can be written here. Moment of inertia of small element about y-axis is equal to x square into dm. So for this small element, when the body or lamina is rotating about y-axis, that time this small distance is considered. So therefore x square into dm. So therefore moment of inertia of whole body about y-axis is represented by Iy is equal to integration of x square into dm, equation number 2. Now along the z-axis, the distance of this small element is represented by OP. So therefore, moment of inertia of a small element about z-axis is equal to OP square into dm. Therefore, for whole body, moment of inertia of whole body about z-axis, Iz is equal to integration of OP square into dm. So in this way, along x-axis, Ix is equal to integration of y square into dm. Along y-axis, integration of x square into dm. Along z-axis, Iz is equal to integration of OP square into dm. But from figure, the distance OP which is equal to the x square plus y square, because this is the right angle triangle. So in this way, we can write here by using Pythagoras theorem. By using Pythagoras theorem, this side is equal to sum of these two square of both side. So therefore OP square is equal to x square plus y square. So therefore put this value in equation 3 in place of OP square. So therefore Iz is equal to integration of x square plus y square into dm. Now multiply this dm in both term. So therefore integration of x square into dm plus of integration of y square into dm. But from equation 2, x square integration of x square into dm is equal to iy from equation number 2, and from equation 1 integration of y square dm is equal to ix. So substitute this value, x square integration of x square dm is equal to iy, integration of y square dm is equal to ix. So therefore we can write here iz is equal to ix plus iy. So this is the relation for the perpendicular axis theorem. So what is the statement of this perpendicular axis theorem? Moment of inertia of a plane lamina about any axis which is perpendicular to the plane is equal to the sum of moment of inertia of two mutually perpendicular axes. So here x-axis and y-axis which are perpendicular to each other, so they are intersecting at a point where perpendicular axis cuts the lamina. So this is the principle of uh, perpendicular axis theorem, that is Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy.